Alright guys, we're back here with another trade recap. Today I made $2,700. So I'm going to post a picture right there. And I'm going to kind of go into this because this price action was really crazy today. And if you were able to win in this type of price action, then I am almost 100% sure that you can pretty much trade anything here on NASDAQ here. So let's go into basically how I played this out because today was really crazy. I mean, we went bearish and then we reversed bullish and then we were just pretty much just insane type of price action here. Just look at how 1 minute played out, like right here. Like this is complete barcoding here. So let me go back down on 5 minute and let me kind of get into how this played out here. So when I come into here, I find most probable price action kind of happens in between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. That's when most of the price action kind of happens in the later sessions, and where I happen to find really good price actions that I can base some good liquidity based off of, and that also determines on how I play out my trades. So I always mark out 2 a.m., 5 a.m., and 8:30 a.m. here. So on 2 a.m., I'm marking out the highest candle, and I'm also marking out the lowest candle in between these two times right here. And in 8:30, that's when market opens for me. And let's go. Let me kind of review it on 5 minute, and I also might swap over to 1 minute. So let's get into that. So market opens here. We kind of open on this candle here, creating a nice wick down here, and then we decide to push up, and then we have a nice push down, creating a bearish SMT divergence. So that immediately explains also one more thing. We opened above this, so sometimes when the market opens above this, or most of the time really, I know that we're going to take a sell position because price likes to inverse these draws in liquidity over here. Now, also since we opened above this, I also kind of seen that we were kind of starting off very bullish. And then let me get it back also into this SMT divergence here. So this SMT divergence happened right here around like 9 a.m. Okay, so I'm thinking we opened above and we're bearish. So I'm like, in my mindset, I'm like, okay, I just need to find some type of manipulation so I could take a sell position to these lows right here. See, this was what I was targeting for the day here, but that did not happen, and I end up taking longs here, even though my strategy says to play bearish here, and also the S&T divergence also played out bearish as well. So that just kind of solidifies that I'm going to be taking shorts here. But how do I overcome this and also end up taking longs here? So I'm seeing that we're printing bearish here, and this is where I'll swap over to 1 minute as well, so I can kind of explain to this. So I see that we're making this bearish SMT divergence. We're coming down here, okay, and then immediately we inverse into bullish price action. So this SMT divergence does not stick. So I'm like, in my mindset, I'm like, okay, this might not go short and might not play out how I want to. So at this point, and this is where I think traders kind of mess up on. I know my strategy says to take shorts here, but I don't end up taking shorts. Now, I'm just seeing that we're just constantly just kind of barcoding, and we are making, we're always tapping into this equilibrium right here. And we're not going really anywhere. I mean, we make, how many wicks do we touch, like, right into this, like 27,925 up into this range right here. I mean, we wick 1, 2, and then coming over here we wick 3. So I'm identifying that this is happening. Okay, so I mark out a level pretty much on 5 minute here. I mark out this wick right here, and I'm noticing that we are touching this. Okay, now I'm like, if we continue here, and I pretty much just need either like a fair value, like a 5 minute candle that pretty much breaks that level, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to long there. So how I'm identifying that is I'm waiting for a 5 minute candle to tap it, and then also push through it. So I identified that this candle taps it, okay, and then I also want to see some manipulation. So I wait for this manipulation here via this bearish candle, And then I'm also swapping to 1 minute as well. Sorry that I'm swapping so much time frames here, but I want to explain it the best ability here. Okay, now I identify that we close on a 5 minute black candle there. So we just manipulate it, and then I wait until this bullish candle here closes, pushing through this gap and also continuing also. And then also I have this equilibrium drawn out here because we were an equilib as well. So I also wanted to point out the fact that this equilib just also helped me identify that we were an equilibrium as well. So that's kind of how I was able to secure that. So pretty much we just inversed a 5 minute fair value gap here. And then also we continued into equilibrium. I'm pretty sure a better trade would also, I would have took partials here, but I just sold off both of my contracts right there on NASDAQ as well. So that's kind of how I kind of followed my strategy, but also I was able to adapt to the market because following your strategy is 90% of the time always going to play out. But also you need to also have that type of mindset that sometimes your strategy does not play out, and you just need to be able to adapt to the markets as they play out as well. Because I could have very well just sold at this bearish SMT and could have not played out how I wanted to. So let me go back on 1 minute and actually mark it out there. And then we just dumped as well. Man, that would have been a great short position there. Let me just mark it out. So, oh, no, that's bullish. Anyway. Well, I think you kind of get the point there, and also I just want to leave that up there because I think it looks good as well. So that's how that played out there. So pretty much I just have some notes, and I just want to read off on how to become pretty much better. So I got some notes here that I'm just going to read also because I also like to leave off on just I typed in how to become a better futures trader. Success in futures trading begins with discipline and commitment to continuation learning. The market rewards those who approach them patience and not impulse. Pretty much I wrote, okay, let me read this paragraph on mindset here. Adopt a probabilistic mindset. No single trade defines you. Your edge plays out over hundreds of trades. Detach from your ego from those outcomes. A losing trade executed correctly is still a good trade. A winning trade that recklessly is still a mistake. Embracing risk management as your foundation, not an afterthought. So pretty much that is just, I risked pretty good here. I risked 1 to 2. I know that this trade was like very, very hard to play out after it pretty much just my strategy told me if we opened above this right here, we were going to short position. Well, I mean, technically we did open above it. I mean, this candle did start out slightly above it, but I was able to adapt and also wait, pretty much patience right there, and not just selling based off of just, one step of my strategy. My strategy is just basically adapting onto what happens as well. But I was able to, let me read the other part of this paragraph because I'm gonna be honest, I lost my thought after that. But also, let's get into this. Let's get into the strategy. Start with 1 or 2 setups and master them before expanding popular future strategies, including follow those meaning reversions and breakout trading, back testing rigorously before risk-taking capital. Keep a trading journal. Document every entry and exit. So I use these videos to obviously document as well. And then consistency. Stick to your risking 1 to 2% of your account. Avoid revenge trading after those losses. Traders who survive long enough to thrive, who those protect their capital fiercely. So, I mean, that's pretty much just what happened. I was able to adapt. I risked properly as well. And, I came into some drawdown on this trade there, but that's pretty much just what happened there. So I was able to adapt, and it played out. So that's what happened here, and then on to the next trade pretty much, because we are going to be consistent. So I'm gonna catch y'all on the next trade recap. That's pretty much what happened. Take care.